Hey there everyone, welcome back to another review. I'm Robbie.
I'm Jye.
And Pacific Rim finally has a sequel. It's been long awaited by the fans. Uprising. So let's see what we thought of it.
Jake, your father always said he wanted you to be a pilot.
He said a lot of things. I'm not a hero like he was.
The kaiju. They're gonna come back. I'm not gonna be stuck waiting for someone else to come save my ass.
Cadets, you better gear up.
Pacific Rim Uprising was directed by Stephen DeKnight, not Guillermo del Toro this time. He does stay on as an executive producer. But in the cast we have John Boyega, Scott Eastwood, and Charlie Day returns as well.
Yeah. So this sequel is set 10 years after the original film. The world is still recovering from the great war of that film, the original Kaijus versus Jaegers. And John Boyega plays the son of... What's his that's him.
Stack of Pentecost.
That's him.
Yeah.
Yep. And he's got to live up to his father's name as like hero of the world. And,
he's pretty much put that whole part of him aside, and he's trying to just be.
He kind of lives a party boy life.
Yeah.
And so
he's not really interested in any of that kind of stuff.
And then surprise, more kaiju are back, and he's thrust into that world.
He gets pulled in. Who didn't see that coming?
Yep. There we go.
And he becomes the hero.
It's
who didn't see that coming either.
It's kind of Independence Day 2 all over again.
Oh, but that not to that extent, because I thought Independence Day Resurgence was horrible.
Oh, I don't mean the quality of film. I just.
But in terms of how I look at the two films, I kind of compare a bit the same.
Yeah.
Where
storylines are similar.
The first one was a big cheesy blockbuster extravaganza, but it had some personality, thanks to Guillermo del Toro.
Yes.
This one feels like complete studio takeover. This is the beats we've got to hit to make a sequel, to set up a universe, to introduce a third one, because there is a teaser at the end to introduce the third film, and it's exactly like what Resurgence did. Granted, this is far more enjoyable than Resurgence.
Yeah. And if a third one is made, I do think that it will be interesting to see the direction they go in. Judging by the teaser at the end of the film,
yeah,
I think it'd be
interesting.
It could work.
It's definitely less far-fetched than that god-awful one they had in Independence Day. But, Del Toro doesn't return, and for me, that is the big problem with this film. Yeah. It really lacks any sense of identity.
See, for me, the first Pacific Rim was Del Toro's weakest film, of the ones I've seen of his anyway. I wish he was still involved in this, though, because...
As a director.
For sure, yeah.
The first one, I went in with very low expectations, even though I saw Guillermo del Toro's name was attached to it. The trailers never really hooked me. And I love monster movies, but something about it, I don't know if it's because I was having Transformers fatigue and just the big robots were turning me off it, but I watched it and I loved it. I really loved it. I gave it 4 stars.
Right. See, I don't love it as much as you. I think the first one is fine. It's it's fine. If you go in expecting big robots versus big monsters, that's exactly what you're going to get. So like what it says on the box is exactly what you receive. So
but see, for me, Del Toro is a visionary director, visually, the kaiju, because a lot of the film was set at night, the first one. And so because they got that kind of bioluminescent glowing quality to them, it had something really visually interesting to keep you engaged, even though we're watching something we've seen a million times before.
Right. And the kaiju are without a doubt the most interesting part of these films.
Oh, definitely.
The look of them,
the design of them. Each one is different, and this one, it just felt generic and bland. And sure, it had I wasn't bored. It was fine. But I wanted so much more from it. I
feel exactly the same way. This is a highly entertaining movie, and the action sequences are fine. They're good. The characters just go through the motions to get you to these setups.
The first one didn't spend much time on character development. There was a little bit there. You get some backstory. You find out a bit about well, you see Charlie Hunnam's backstory, lived with his brother.
Yeah.
Charlie Hunnam, I thought was bland.
Yeah, he was.
Idris Elba was fantastic. Charlie Hunnam was bland. John Boyega, thankfully, he is excellent in this. He's very charismatic. The comedy sucks, but as an actor, he's very good.
Yeah, he was fine.
But for me, the thing that let this film down was they tried to develop characters so much, and it just doesn't go anywhere. And it sacrifices the kaiju action. The kaijus, if you're going for kaiju action, it's at the end. The entire hour and a half, you see it a few times. There's a couple of flashbacks, and in the training you see a kaiju briefly because it's like, well, it's not even a real one. It's because there's a whole training aspect to it, the new generation. Mm-hmm. So it's simulated kaiju, but the actual thing you see in the trailer, that massive kaiju, that's all at the end.
Yeah, the first appearance of a kaiju is probably like an hour 15 in or something like that.
If that, yeah.
It's really a bit of...
It's very delayed.
Which, yeah, I was hoping they'd come in a bit earlier. The bit with the kaiju at the end is really fun though. Like
completely over the top.
Exactly, but that's exactly what you want from this. I think I'm not saying that this is not like high art or anything, but that's exactly what you come to this movie to see, and I think it delivers with the final battle.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about just the look of the film.
What do you mean?
Like it just felt like any other action film. There was nothing unique about it. That's what I mean, like the whole Del Toro thing, how he made something unique out of the look of it.
That is true. Now when I think back to Pacific Rim, it had a very specific look to it.
Yeah. And this one doesn't.
Yeah, this one didn't really,
it completely ditches any aesthetic quality that the first one had.
Yeah.
The opening, I was talking to someone just earlier, the logos, I thought I was watching a Transformers film. It even has Transformers sound effects, like, what the hell?
I liked the look of those logos. I thought they fit with the film well. I thought
they look fine, but this film at times, I really felt I was watching a Michael Bay film at times. Right. The humour never lands. Not a single time did I laugh in this film. And there's constant jokes, and they are so bad. It is Michael Bay level of humour at times. It is really, really bad. Like, good, like, the whole joke's about looking good and, oh, he's cute, he's not, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I agree with the humour. It was really, there's a lot of misplaced humour. And when there was humour where it needed to be, it didn't land.
And then, even in the opening voiceover, the voiceover started off serious. John Boyega's narration, and then it goes into, oh, he stole my chili dogs and my... I was like, where's this going? Like, it just felt so shoehorned in there.
Yeah.
Okay, Charlie Day is back in this film. I liked him in the first one. He's over the top. He's a mad scientist, so you go along with it. Mm-hmm. His friend, I think, is more over the top than Charlie Day is.
Yeah.
Bern Gorman's character. Who's back in this as well.
Yeah.
I like Bern Gorman more in this one than Charlie Day.
Yeah, because...
It flipped.
This film takes Charlie Day in a direction that...
I did not like.
Yeah, it could have been interesting, but the way that it was executed was just very cliche, very just...
I just didn't like it.
It didn't really work.
It doesn't fit, I don't think.
For his character, it didn't really work.
No.
And the way he played it didn't really work. I still like Charlie Day, though. I think he's fine, but yeah, in this film, he... Yeah, not very good.
And it's one scene in particular that hints at where the storyline's going. And for anyone who hasn't seen the film, when you see it, you'll know exactly what scene I'm talking about. There's one scene, Charlie Day's the only person in it, and there's something that reveals something about his character. And I was literally just, what am I watching?
Yeah.
It is so just out of left field.
Yeah.
And it's almost like they knew they needed to expand something, but you don't expand the mad. Like he's a mad scientist. He's fine the way he is. You expand other things.
Yeah.
Why is he the one they just focus so much on? That's what I don't get.
Yeah. So like you've seen the film, you know exactly what we're talking about. The other thing that I thought was jarring was, I'll try to say this as non-spoiler as possible, but the very ending. This film has the quickest wrap-up
of any film I've ever seen.
Like, action, credits.
Literally. That's exactly how it happens. Again, there's another very poorly placed joke.
Yeah.
You don't even see any resolution with the characters. Just they've done what they have to do, and it just
the ending scene of the actual film. So that the film ends, the title comes up, and then there's another short 30-second scene. Not discounting that scene, the film ends with this really corny scene of just two characters pretty much frolicking, and it's ridiculous. I hated it.
Yeah.
It was a really poor way to end the film, and I wish that wasn't. I wish it had a bit more of a wrap up.
Yeah, and I find just some of the lines just don't line up to events that happen literally 2 seconds later. Like Jake says, this is John Boyega's character.
Yeah.
He says, "I'm not my father. I'm not good at speeches. I do not do speeches."
Yes.
A second later, he does a massive speech. I'm like, you just said you don't do them.
I think that was kind of the point.
I know, but
I think it was the point.
But it didn't land though.
However, like it was like, okay, well, we think, okay, they're going to subvert that kind of trope, where the guy gives the big speech and it rallies the troops. But then it happens anyway. It's like,
and it's
the same thing.
Yeah. And it's nowhere near as impressive as Idris Elba's speech, the cancelling the apocalypse.
Yeah. We have put a lot of shit on this film.
I know. So I guess I'm going to say good stuff. I mean, the visual effects are fantastic.
Yes.
They are very good.
And it's really cool to see
Sydney?
good visual effects here in Australia.
Yeah. It was
a major action scene happens
in Sydney, which was great to see.
And that was really cool to see.
Yeah.
Also, tons of people died in this. I know that they're trying to kill the kaiju, but in one scene, it
really bothered me.
The pilots are legitimately pulling down buildings to stop the kaiju.
And these aren't little buildings. These are like multi-story skyscrapers they are just yanking down. And I'm like, they only just announced the evacuation city minutes ago.
Yeah.
Who's to say there isn't still people left in there?
And they're aiming for buildings to launch themselves off of and launch to
the weapon that they got this magnetic weapon that just assembles any kind of metal stuff around it.
Yeah.
And just grabs this crap load of cars and just forms into this big ball. I'm like, God, I hope there wasn't any drivers in there.
So I know that this was a massive hope for people in Man of Steel when they said, Superman's leveling a city.
Which I hated.
This is 10 times worse than that.
This is the worst I've ever seen.
How come we're not hearing it for this film?
I know, right?
It's annoying. This is so much worse.
It is really bad. And then there's one where the hero comes to save the day and he plows straight through the middle of a building which just kills over. I'm like, sure you could have aimed for the street when no one is there.
Once again, we're putting a lot of negativity towards this film.
Well, for me, there is a lot of negativity.
Of course, there is a lot of negativity. I'm just about to say, this film is very, very flawed. However,
it's guilty pleasure fun.
It's entertaining.
Yeah.
It is an entertaining film. I was never bored watching it, and I never thought, this is crap. Why watch it? There are just cliche moments that you find in any kind of generic big thing action film, like the Transformers films. However, it's enjoyable. It is enjoyable.
I think just adjust your expectations for the kaiju. That's the only thing. Don't expect, because there is a fraction of what you see in the first film.
Yeah.
This goes down a whole kind of mystery route because there's this rogue kaiju Jaeger that you see in the trailer, and that's a big part of the first 2 acts of the film.
Yeah.
Really.
The kaiju is legitimately only in the final act.
Yeah, pretty much. So.
If you go in expecting a kaiju-heavy film, you're going to be disappointed.
Yeah. If you're going for an action film, you'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
On some level, I'm sure.
So as an action film, this works. This succeeds.
It's fine.
Star ratings. Exactly. So, for what it sets out to do, it succeeds in a way. However, there are so many flaws in it, but the type of film this is so hard to rate because the type of film this is, this is not trying to be anything. But
I'm comparing it to the first one because it's a sequel to the first one, and the first one did what it needed to do extremely well, and I gave that 4 stars.
Right, so I'm going to compare it to the first one and my enjoyment of the film, so I'm going to give it 3. 3 stars.
Yeah, I'm the same. A low 3 stars, but it still makes it 3 stars.
That's what I'm talking about!
Gonna be a long day.
What do we do?
Y'all remember me?
We fight!
Those on top of me.
Thanks for watching, guys. Those are our thoughts on Pacific Rim Uprising. Let us know what you thought of the film. Are you excited about a potential third film in the franchise? Yeah, maybe. Let us know what you think. Keep checking back on the channel. We'll have plenty more videos up in the future. And until next time, we'll see you at the movies.